I'm Master Hunto, and welcome to my dojo. In today's video, it's going to be a little bit different. I'm actually going to spend this video more on strategy and how I come to that conclusion versus how, like, what obviously I want the result to be is a 3 star. But it's like, how do you do it? You know, sometimes like people will see a base and they'll be like, well, how'd you do it that way versus how'd you do it? Like, why, most of the time when I fail an attack, the way I look at it is the way, when I mean fail an attack, I mean not 3 star, is I didn't pick the right place to start, meaning I didn't open it. My strategy was wrong. I didn't pick the right area. Maybe I got fooled. Maybe it was something about the setup of the base. Or maybe I just picked the wrong spot. Mistakes do happen. I'm not perfect. I do make that mistake. Like sometimes like I'll go back to the base and I'll be like, or someone will like do the base and I'll be like, oh my God, like, why did I go that way? Like so stupid. But anyway, versus like another area, or why do you look for things? Like there's certain things that I look for. And I do an air attack, so I got high hit point, high damage troops. So it's like in certain like air defenses don't really scare me all that much because like they can go down in a couple of hits. You know, certain things do scare me, like multi inferno towers, multi gears, expos, like fire spitters. Oh my God, those things can just melt your army. So today that's what I want to talk about, and so let's get into it. So with this base, it's a little bit different than your average base, is kind of why I have this one up on the screen, because this one requires, for me to strategize. It's not like the traditional base that you'll see. Maybe there are some aspects that look similar, but it's meant to throw you off. Which is why I wanted to get in, strategize. Or if people try and, especially with like trying to mirror other people's attacks. I know there's a lot of attacks, every day there's a new 320 attack or whatever, an attack that works. But then there's a day it doesn't work. And then a day it does. The game's always changing. So I feel that if you know how to strategize and adapt, you can maintain a status of high level play, which is what we're looking to do. Is have that competitive edge. So with my army, high hit point, high damage, taking consideration what your army is. So I'm going to talk about this one. High hit point, high damage army, slow moving though, but can be fast moving. This is actually incredibly fast army. So what I'm looking for is the multi archer, air defense, fire spitters. Where are they? Scatter shots, expos, ricochet cannon, multi-inferno, air pusher. Those are like the main things. I have a different attack where builder huts, knowing where the builder huts is a part of it, but that's not this one. This one, I could care less where the builder huts really are, unless they're surrounded around the town hall and some other stuff, but not going to talk about this on this one. So I start over here in the 3 o'clock area. I take out one of the 2 air pushers. I actually miss the air pusher. I'm not really worried about it. Get my king down. Get that whole group moving down towards the 6 o'clock area. Get my whole air troops dropped off with the Grand Warden and the Minion Prince and my Yeti bomb, which isn't going to make it. Not terribly concerned because of how things are moving down on the bottom of the screen. I did drop my furnace down at 6 o'clock to set that edge down there, so everything kind of turns in. If it's kind of like a contingency plan. You can see my Minion Prince is kind of focused on the defending king. My giant and archer queen are taking care of the town hall. I don't mind when the Minion Prince kind of gets like teetered away, especially with the max meteor staff, because those meteors keep hitting and he's like off in La La Land and the meteors are hitting. Archer Queen's putting in work. That's why I sent the king and the Archer Queen down that way, because they can take care of that bottom half of the base. I got my Air Troops Grand Warden minion prints on the top half of the base. Yeti Bomb did its job. Even though it did not make it to the Town Hall, I still made it do its job, which is clone and destroy. And that's what it did, was clone and destroy that whole middle section. Really wasn't worried. When I do those Yeti Bombs, I'm looking, like, I wanted to pass over high damage areas too. With the degree, with a grain of salt on that one, because those Yeti mites and Yetis can disappear in the wrong situations before causing much damage at all. I've seen it. And I pulled out the 3.